Hello everyone, this is Javamonk and welcome to episode 46 of my survival series. So, last episode we ripped a massive hole in the mansion and pretended that a meteorite landed in it, and basically put a chunk of the Nether inside the mansion. So, I'm still very proud of this. So, if we go through this Nether portal, I'm planning to spend this entire episode in the Nether. Alrighty. So, first things first, this portal right here has gotta move. I just can't stand it can't stand it there. So, let's just go up this elevator that's supposed to work. Come on. That is why I want to move it. I want to move it to the bedrock ceiling. You know what? Whatever. I can just fly there. Come on. Fly. Fly! There. Okay. So, up here on the nether roof, I have the gold farm. I have portals to various locations, such as the place where I get most of my grass, the ocean monument, and a few other things. So, the plan is to move that nether portal that is currently down there up to here and decorate it. And decorate this general location here. Like move this chest somewhere else where it can be more useful, and also just gotta build a little house here, as well as build some bulk crafting here. This where I accidentally duplicated my inventory. So yeah, just bulk crafting for all these gold nuggets and gold ingots, as well as possibly build an indicator for how full the storage is. So sounds like quite the project for this episode. Let's get right to it. Okay, so first thing I did was I broke some bedrock, and this way the portal will actually register the fact that it should go here rather than down there. So now we should be perfectly safe to break this portal. You can salvage all the obsidian from it, and then relight it at the bedrock ceiling and see if it still connects. Okay, this little cobblestone hut is now completely abandoned. Let's now go up the elevator. Here we go. And light the portal right here and see if it lights. Or see if it connects. I hope it does. Alright. Here we go. Flint and steel. The portal is active. Let's go in and make sure it links up to the overworld properly. I'm super nervous about that. Oh boy. Okay, I ran the numbers, and I should have I should have actually done the math and looked at the wiki on how to link portals before I actually went and broke bedrock. But this is probably gonna end up... Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okie dokie. So this portal is not linking up because I broke the bedrock in the wrong spot. So portal linking, according to the wiki, it works by taking the coordinates of the overworld, dividing it by 8, and that's where the nether portal should be. So in my case, in order to actually link up with the mansion, it needs to be at x32, which is right here. Okay. And z69, which is right here. So these 4 blocks are supposed to be the ones that need to be broken. Oh boy. This is... So looks like I misbroke a bunch of bedrock, but that's okay. I still got dragon eggs. I can still break bedrock. and I can still get access to the overworld via that portal, or any other portal. They all still go to the overworld, which go to the... Whoa, that was weird. Which all still go to the overworld, so I can still get access to stuff. This is a great obsidian farm, by the way. Okay. 4. Here we go. This portal should link up with a little bit more success. Here we go. In we go. I should arrive in the overworld, in the mansion. And that worked. Okay, I am in the mansion. That's pretty sweet. Now, will this go back to the Nether in the portal where I want it to go? That's the question. And... no. Well, actually, sort of. That sort of worked. I didn't end up in that portal. But okay, does this portal still go to the grass mine? And it does. Okay, so looks like we just created a one-way portal, which that's fine. For the purposes of what I'm trying to do, that's perfectly fine. Having that portal only be used for going to the mansion, I'm fine with that. In fact, let me label it with the sign. Here we go. In fact, let me just put it on the side. Mansion. Done. Okie dokie. Sweet. So now we have portals linking up where they should, and portals not linking up where they shouldn't. I think our next big project should be to build a bulk storage, or a bulk crafting system for all the gold that comes from this farm. From the farm way above there. How am I going to do this without water? Alright, the bulk storage for gold is now completely empty. So next up, I'm just going to fly up to the gold farm and dismantle the entire silo of chests here that I built back in episode 12, I believe? 12, maybe 13? I don't know, it's been a while. But here we are. Let's dismantle it and put in a shulker box storage system. Okay, so big progress update. I now have 2 shulker box loaders. One to collect golden nuggets, the other to collect golden ingots. And the magma cream comes through not in the shulker box, but instead comes in the same set of chests that goes for the shulker boxes full of gold ingots. So I did this kind of pattern with chests and hoppers to save on hoppers, but here we go. Oops. So this one's for the gold ingots, and this one is for, well, this one's for gold nuggets, and this one is for gold ingots. Right now, nothing is connected because the farm is off. So, here's the plan now. I'm now going to build a bulk crafting system right about here, where I can pull off the shulker boxes from the gold ingots and gold nuggets, and craft them up into gold ingots and gold blocks. So let's see. Just fly right back up here. So what I was thinking was, first, before we do that, we should probably load this thing up with shulker boxes. Now, yes, I do have 9,000 shulker boxes still stored remotely, thanks to future Javamonk in episode 42, but I still have 1,000 or so shulker boxes back at the mansion. So let me just show you. I think I have about 3 shulker boxes full of shulker shells still, which is pretty outrageous. Here we are. I still love this hole made by some fictional meteorite that came through and put the Nether into my base. put into the mansion. So awesome. Okay. It's this way. Here we are. And here we are. Right then. So let's just craft up a whole crap ton of shulker boxes and load up the system. See, there's actually 4 shulker boxes full of shulker shells. Okay, I think just 1 shulker box full of shulker shells will probably be sufficient. Or maybe just that. That's probably more than enough. Okay. Let's go. Alright, let's fly on up here. And I changed my mind a little. Maybe just a stack of shulker boxes per system will be sufficient. So let's see. Let's get crafting. Let's get all crafty here. Oh boy. Alrighty. And one last thing that must be done before I leave is pull out a shulker box from each of those dispensers and place one in manually. To set up the system. Looks like me opening this trapped chest here already dispensed the shulker box here. So now the system is now ready to receive crap tons of items, and it'll certainly do a much better job at storing it all than several thousand chests. Alrighty, let's just break this nice and carefully. There we go, and down. Here we are. Very nice. So now that we have the shulker box loading systems, let's now build the bulk crafting system. And I now have an idea on what I want to do for that. Okay, so I have the kind of basic skeleton of what I'm going to construct here, but now what I'd like to build right here is a mechanism to essentially whatever gold ingots or gold blocks that I craft from this system, I want to put it into a shulker box. So the design I want to use for this is I want to be able to manually load the shulker box myself. So the only really, and also it's got to be nice and small, and the only one that I've really found that suits my needs is one by Mumbo Jumbo, one of my favorite YouTubers. So very nice. So I especially like this design because it's super duper simple. This is really the only complicated bit right here. So now I just gotta watch the tutorial to see how many items to put into a chest on the other side of, at the back end of this comparator right here. Here's the chest. Now let's figure out how many items need to be put into it. And then we gotta test it because it was originally designed in the snapshots of 1.11. So things might have changed by then. But this is a simple enough design where I didn't feel it was necessary to test it in the test world. Yep. Wow. That was easy. Okay. Yikes, this is almost frighteningly easy. So in this chest I have it completely filled up because that's what the tutorial said to do. I'm using Mumbo Jumbo's design, if I haven't said it before, and I will link that design in the description because it is amazing. So, I'm not going to have very easy access to that shulker box. Let's see. Just gotta place a drop it there, and maybe a drop. Whoops, not there. We're not facing that way. Nope, that's not going to work at all. How about that? There we go. Okay, so now we have all these droppers that are going to drop down gold ingots or gold nuggets, depending on what I pull out of the shulker boxes from this set of chests. And then as I'm crafting, I can just look over and put stuff into the shulker box, and the shulker box will be pushed out and into these hoppers which will be brought over here. That's the idea anyways. We'll see just how well that works. Let me just cover this up. There we go. Okay. Now all I gotta do is fill up these chests with shulker boxes, which that's not too difficult to do. In fact, let me go right to the mansion. I think 2 stacks of shulker boxes will do. Here we go. Oh boy. Now I just gotta spam Q like crazy. That way I can actually load everything into the chests for this. Here we go. Okay, and that's the first double chest. Now the second double chest. Gotta spam Q again. Over and over again. Until I'm blue in the face. There we go. And spam it all in. Oops. Did not mean to put that in. Okay. It looks like I have 2 shulker boxes left over, so this one can go in here. Can still open it. That's a good sign. And I guess we can just... Oh. Ta-da. Okay. Exactly 2 stacks of shulker boxes. Neat. Now all I gotta do is wire up all these droppers to actually start dropping items. And one thing I want to do with this is make it so that I can load up these droppers with shulker boxes. That's probably going to be a little bit more difficult than how I'm imagining it, but it might not. We'll see. This is not going to work at all. So I blocked up these gold pillars here because this is how I'm going to power the droppers. There's pretty much no other way. And the hoppers are not going to be able to feed into every single dropper without them merging together. So, looks like this grand plan is not going to work quite as well as I hoped. But we can still make use of these droppers. I'm thinking the way we fix this is perhaps we should just stagger them. So rather than them appearing every single block, perhaps make them appear every other block. Like build them in stripes. This way I can still have these gold pillars here. Okay, so let me show what I mean. I'm just gonna break these droppers and stripe it like this. This would also allow me to bring in more droppers. So just gotta do that. And then we can put even more droppers in this tube here. This way, there's not going to be a problem with powering, and also I can still load in hoppers from pretty much any direction. So I think this will work. The only challenge now is actually going to be manually going up there and loading in the shulker boxes, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I can just put a ladder up one side, and I'm out of gold. So now the question is, how in the world am I going to power all of these droppers? And I think I have a solution to that. It's just going to use a crap ton of observers. So let's see. Just every single one of these, well, most of these gold blocks are going to have observers like this. And so let's see. You can skip the first layer has to have an observer. And it looks like I misplaced this one. Okay. And that one. Oops. Too high. Okay. But I think you get the idea. So this is the idea for powering all these droppers. Is just do that. Here we go. And then the way I can power and then from there I can pretty much power these observers, or update these observers any way I like. So perhaps I could use a torch tower to provide updates for all these observers. Let me just do that on the other corner, and then then we can build some sort of. Then we're gonna have to build up some sort of clock mechanism to actually activate the thing, and then we can test it. Okay, so here's the idea I had for powering this. So we can just have a redstone torch tower like this. So each of these redstone torches are going to update the observers. It doesn't matter whether these torches are on or off, it'll still update them. And that's all we need. The only issue comes in with these. This observer is not going to get updated. So I was thinking perhaps the solution lies in some other redstone component that we can put in, such as a lamp. So observers, actually, interestingly enough, they actually fire off twice when a lamp. They fire off twice for a lamp. So anytime you power a lamp, the observer will. I believe the observer will activate twice if you power on a lamp. The other cool thing is it provides a little light. So yeah, I think that'll work for powering these. Now over here I gotta be a little bit careful because, let's see, right here is where I need to start the torch tower. Just gotta make sure I don't accidentally overpower the, make sure I don't accidentally power the hoppers for the shulker box storage. But there we go. This was so nice and easy. Oop. Okay, something must have gotten stuck in the dropper. And over here, we can just place in a cool. And then this needs to be swapped out with the lamp. And then this observer will be updated. Okay, that works. Now all we gotta do is just wire this up. Nice and easy. And over here, let's just put in, for now, a button so that we can test this. There we go. Stone button should do the job. Right then. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm now going to put one item in every single one of these droppers, and then power it and make sure I get back all of the items. I had a half stack of gold blocks, and now here I only have 10. Therefore, in these droppers, I have 22 gold blocks. And I should get back exactly 22 gold blocks with the press of this button. And make sure everything's wired up. Okay. And boop. Wow. That worked first try. And I got them remarkably quickly too. Oh, right. I think this is a good to go system. So now all I gotta do is use this for bulk crafting, and I think I should put a ladder up one of these sides, so that way I can actually get access to putting in all the shulker boxes. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Let me just grab my general purpose shulker box. Here's a bunch of ladders. And I think we should put up a ladder on this side. So, except that's only going to get access to one side of the droppers. Okay, maybe that's not such a good choice. Perhaps I could do it on the on the opposite corners of where I have the observers. So this corner. Here we go. Because last I checked, you can't put ladders on observers. Nope, you can't. Because observers are, technically speaking, transparent blocks. Even though they're solid enough to cause suffocation damage. Which, it still makes no sense, but okay. That's just how Minecraft is. Not everything makes sense. Oop. Drop one. There we go. Let's see. Let me just put a ladder up to this right here. And I'm out of ladders. Lovely. Let's just craft some more, and then we'll be done. There's only one thing left to do, and that's putting in a clock to make this thing actually work as a bulk crafter. So I'm going to need to go with some sort of clock, some redstone clock that I can't have it be a redstone burnout clock or redstone torch burnout clock or anything like that, because then these torches would burn out. So it needs to be just fast enough where it'll actually work all right, but also not so fast that it messes things up. So I'm thinking perhaps we could go with a hopper clock. That'll be quite possibly the easiest to do. It's not the cheapest solution, but it'll do the job. Okay. Actually, let's see. In order for this to actually work, I'm gonna need to stop putting away my resources before I'm done with the actual project. There we go. And let's put a repeater, a comparator, and then all we need is just 2 hoppers like this with a lever, and then we can put the stray redstone in here. Okay. And let's just put this in here. Okay. It's working. That's pretty cool. So this is a super neat system to get everything to bulk craft the gold ingots and gold nuggets from the shulker boxes in here. And all I gotta do to actually activate this thing is put shulker boxes on top of all of these hoppers, and then stand on top of this crafting bench here and go use the recipe book, craft like mad, and when my inventory gets, and as soon as I get some gold ingots, just plop it into the shulker box, and that shulker box will be changed over. I love this already. So, a few advantages this has over what I used to have. Hold on, let me just turn down the volume there. A few advantages that this design has is, first off, it is slow enough where my inventory doesn't instantly get filled up as I use my recipe book, and it is also fast enough where I don't have to wait too long. So, sweet. Okay, that was the first test of the shulker box system. That is amazing. Okay. Also, another thing I really like is that because there's not too many light updates going on, this thing isn't all that laggy. So, yeah, I can there's pretty much no lag going on whatsoever. Absolutely amazing, and the droppers are firing at speeds comparable to just having a observer-based clock, which is the fastest clock that can be built at the moment. And the also cool thing is, I can just turn this off whenever I want to. Just like that. This is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on crafting and yeah, finish with crafting together all the different ingots that I gathered, and I might build a system similar to this one when I build the iron farm, which will be much later. So this is pretty amazing. I love it. But anyways, let me just turn this off. I'm going to continue crafting. I'm going to do that off camera so that I don't bore you guys too much. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye!